How would I share this?
Uh,
Paste the link.
there should be a link. I don't know if you can see it. If not, I'll post a link for you.
It wouldn't be my link, obviously, the one in my address bar.
Let's see. I'll give you the link so you can.
Just for future.
Yeah. So it'll be this one right here.
Right on. Okay, so you're straight just uploading it to YouTube right now as live.
Yep, it's live right now.
Right on.
So yeah, this is the first episode of Crypto Talk. This my guy. What's your names? There are people that don't know who you are.
Tyler Norris. My name is Tyler Norris. I've been mining crypto for about a year now, and I've just had a lot of experience. I've been in it face first for a solid year.
Yeah. And my name is Cam. I'm sure if y'all follow me, you know I do some Big Brother stuff. I do build websites. You know, I'm into crypto. This is really my first podcast, crypto related. You know, I've been doing it for a year, but you know, I feel like now is probably the best time for any newbies to really start getting into it, because you know the market is way down from where it was, you know, in around December when everybody was buying, you know, Bitcoin real highs, 20K. People lose their minds, and now people are depressed. So I think this is a good podcast for people to, you know, just hold, you know, and just don't panic, because the returns will be big once the market turns around.
Definitely. And I think we should hit on a topic, 2 points. One is we just met not too long ago, so we're trying something new here. And secondly, I think we should definitely talk about in the beginning stages of crypto. I think there's a lot of growth for crypto, and I think a lot of people need to be steered in the right direction. And there's a flood of, you know, I've seen other podcasts, other crypto podcasts. So I think we should bring something unique to the audience that kind of helps them, gets them to stick around. And I don't know, I think there's a gap between in the teaching aspect for crypto. I think there needs to be some more people teaching it in a public manner.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you on that. So I mean, so what's your crypto background? Like how did you get started? You know, for the people that are listening or watching, you know, in the cars running.
It's actually kind of funny. So I was kind of just like fed up. I was in debt and just overwhelmed with bills and everything. And all I did was I worked my ass off. I came home and I'd play like an hour of a video game and then I go to bed. And that was my routine, just working 16 hours a day. Well, I ended up upgrading my computer. I went and bought a GTX 1070. So I'm online and and I'm thinking to myself like, man, I want to do something else. I want to scratch this project and work on something else. So I decided to get into what I've always been doing, is building high performance gaming PCs for people. And I stumbled across a PC group on Facebook, and somebody had made a post about NiceHash, and no, I can make $5 a day with this 1070. I said, wait a minute, you serious? What the hell's this shit? So I started reading all the posts, started, just asking questions, started just diving into it. It just piqued my interest. And next thing I knew, I had 5 GTX 1070s all plugged into my one gaming rig that's split open on the floor.
Huh. Wow.
Making I was in an apartment at the time, and it was the room is about 85 degrees consistently. That was fun.
Yeah, like I've been thinking about doing mine myself, but I don't know. I just, you know, every time that someone brings it up, like people just kind of just, I don't know, they flake out or what. Because I like I've been to a couple crypto meetups and people talk about, yeah, you want to do some mining stuff with me, and I'm like, yeah, I'm down to do it. But every time we start talking, after that, it's like, man, you know, like what's up, like what's going on? Because I'm really interested in learning that aspect because I really know nothing about mining because I've just been really investing, with crypto, with Bitcoin and stuff like that, and mainly alts. Even though alts right now are getting wrecked, but that's where I made my money from.
Yeah, I started trading in the beginning when I had some, little bit of cash. I was trading with it. And I learned very quickly that when you trade, you will pay for your lessons.
Hmm.
I learned that from people telling me, and I also learned it the hard way with a few $100.
Yeah.
Nothing major, but I knew also that I have financial history in my family and traders and whatnot. And it's not for me. It's not my mind. I can't sit here and trade. Um, so I tried it because it was crypto, it was 24/7, it was a little bit different. I couldn't do it. I realized quickly I'm not going to try and perfect what I'm bad at. That would make no sense. So I got out of it, and what I specialize in is, like I said before, high performance PC gaming computers. But not only that, it's I have the knowledge of HVAC. I have the knowledge of electricity. Just from history and in my background, I have knowledge for every aspect in mining, and it kind of just fell into my lap. And I want to help you understand mining more, get involved with it, help anybody else, and you know, it's it's extremely fun, depending on what you want to do, in life, basically. Because for me, I spend very little time on any of my Bitcoin income. Very little time. My computers just run passively. And you can have that so you can have free time to do other things. Or you can day trade where you're in you got 10 monitors set up. You're looking at different charts. You're
Hmm.
looking at social media and news pages and stuff. Like you can enter crypto in so many different ways. You can hold it. You can just download Coinbase, buy some Bitcoin, and then just not look at it ever again. There's a lot of ways you can do it.
Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of Coinbase, yeah, that's a good point. Like when I started, like I used Coinbase and like I got wrecked so hard because like Coinbase, like you buy your Bitcoin, Litecoin, whatever, and then but they hold it for like 10, 11 days before you actually can, move it off Coinbase or whatever. And I just felt like I got burned so bad because the price would be at this point, and then it'll either go up or tremendously, and then you'd be like, man, like I wish I would knew about the other exchanges because like I lost so much money like starting out using Coinbase, and I probably rarely use Coinbase now to buy any crypto really.
Yeah, that's the thing is when I first started, it was all about Coinbase. It was the easiest thing.
Yeah.
Everybody knew about it. Well, they gained, I want to say it was like hundreds of thousands, maybe a million people. I can't remember. It was a year ago.
Yeah, some crazy number. Yeah.
In like 3 weeks, and
Hmm.
their servers just couldn't handle it. And I understand that. Now allegedly, this stuff came out. I don't know how true it is. I don't want to accuse people or companies, but allegedly there were rumors that they were manipulating those services, meaning they would hold your Bitcoin for longer than they actually needed to because they could manipulate the price. They could hold on to it and cash out. And on the cash side of things, it was helping them, which they're located in the United States. So why wouldn't they? So there was a lot of speculation that they were, putting wallets under quote maintenance when they didn't need to be, just for odd reasons at peak times. So when people get into crypto more, they look at different options because they know the history of that. Now, so far, I've heard Coinbase has been doing pretty good. I don't know if you've heard any bad things about.
No, I mean outside of the what was it, the Bitcoin Cash thing that happened.
Right.
Outside of that, because that was pretty crazy.
Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize about that. I don't know why that went off. Yeah, I haven't heard too much negativity about that. It's been pretty quiet in that aspect of it. But I try to steer people towards something like Gemini.
Yeah, that's great.
Gemini
Mm-hmm.
Gemini is a very good place to hold long term. Um, if you look at their terms of and service agreement, I believe it states in there that they're they're insured. So if you hold money, they move a lot of institutional money on that website, and within that company. So if a company invests money into crypto and it's on that site, they're not going to insure, if you lose money with Bitcoin, but they're going to insure the security of that money within their holdings. They use Amazon Hot Wallet, APS. I forget the full name of it, but it's it's a pretty good concept and it's insured. So if you lose money, meaning like it gets hacked or whatever, they're gonna give you your money back. That's they're under U.S. law in that sense, and it's a very great website.
Yeah, and do you think that um newbies, like what exchange would you say newbies should get into? Like, I mean, I know Binance is like probably the biggest one, and I feel like that's where I made my most money when I switched from Coinbase to Binance, because there's a bunch of coins to Binance, and I feel like Coinbase, I think the biggest hurdle, in my opinion, is they're not adding enough coins. And eventually, I feel like people that were loyal to Coinbase because it's so easy to use. I mean, all you got to do is just link your bank account, credit card, debit card, whatever, and it'll automatically take your funds out. And I feel like once the market turns around, I feel like it probably won't be as many people that will be using Coinbase because of that.
Yeah, what's going to happen is you're going to have new people. I think Coinbase is playing a game that I don't know if they're ready for, meaning that they're a platform where you can buy crypto. Well, now you
Mm-hmm.
have now you got Robinhood. Now you
Mm-hmm.
got, I believe, Wells Fargo's coming out with something.
Yeah.
All these other platforms are going to be coming out with ways to buy crypto, and other people are going to trust these other things more because they've been doing it with stocks. They've been doing it with other investment opportunities through these other companies, and they're going to trust them more than they'll trust Coinbase, meaning like talking about the baby boomers, who are like, oh wow, I can just invest without my financial advisor, and they have like $1,000 on Robinhood. Well, they might buy some crypto, but they're not going to get into Coinbase. So I think you will see the old followers that they'll have their niche, they'll have their place, but trading on an exchange, I would strongly suggest Gemini and Bittrex combination. Binance is good. I've never used it, but I've had amazing, luck with Bittrex as far as just the wallet maintenance is very infrequent. There is no speculation or anything, and it was easy to get an account. But and I like the interface, I like the charts, and I believe Bittrex is located in the United States as well. So I try to use the companies that are in the U.S. just for you've heard of all these other exchanges just poof
Yeah.
vanishing. So I try to stick with companies that are operating under US law, even though crypto's all about getting away from government and you know a centralized cash currency, but at the same time that still is the world we live in, and we're not quite at that tipping point of, oh, Bitcoin's king now over cash, because it's going to take some time.
Yeah, and I feel like people are really, they overestimated like that what you just said. Like people think that, oh, Bitcoin, when it's 20K, and now people are thinking, oh man, Bitcoin is going to fail now because at 6,000, hovering around a little over 6,000. And I feel like the people that get out now, because there's a lot of people that are exiting the market now because of Bitcoin's price. And I feel like this is probably the best time to feel good about it because I don't think Bitcoin's going to drop that much further. I feel like we're pretty close to the bottom, and that's why that's like I said earlier. This is the best time for a newbie to get in because I feel like December is probably the worst because the price went up. Like, what was it like? Go from like 10K to like 20K in like a couple weeks or something like that.
Yeah, it was pretty ridiculous.
Yeah, and I kind of made a mistake. I probably put a little bit too much around that time frame because I got caught up in the moment. In hindsight, I probably should have not have added any extra fiat around that time and just kind of monitored the market and then started taking my profits out, kind of like how I should have did when this little crash had happened. Recently. I feel like I made the same mistake twice trading in December, and I made the same mistake about a month ago when the market started, going the wrong direction.
Right, and that's what was happening with me. I think I was doing a little bit more frequently though, like with weekly trades and stuff like that. Um, but I just realized that you know what, trading, I don't understand the waves. I can't catch them. I can't see them on Facebook ahead of time. Within social media. So it's just not for me. But there's many different ways to still be in crypto
Mm-hmm.
and make money, and you don't have to trade. And people can say you can make a hell of a lot more money trading. You're right, but that person spent 12 hours that day trading and making money. I spent 0 hours working on any of my mining rigs, and I made okay a quarter of the money, but I'm a lot happier. So that's what I'm going for in life.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Your way is a lot safer. Like my way, I'm a real high risk like trader though. So like I knew that it was either gonna make big returns or I was gonna burn me. Like I already knew that coming in because I've
Right.
been messing with like IDEX, like DEX exchanges and stuff,
Right.
and those are like the chances. Like I've made really really good money now. I'm probably about break even now. Like I'm because of this stuff that happening. But at the time, I was like, man, I'm making like 5x, 10x on some of these trades that we're making, and I feel like as a newbie, like if I was someone going in, I'd probably put maybe 1 to 5% in whatever you're investing into those exchanges, and just hold just whatever you're investing in, hold in those
Right.
exchanges, because there's a lot of coins in there that'll go 100x easy, especially when the bull run starts, because most of these coins are like pretty much like nothing.
Yeah, they're real cheap right now. All the coins follow um Bitcoin's price, obviously, because you need to buy Bitcoin to purchase these. So that's just natural. It's going to happen. But what's happening is you're seeing ETC, you're seeing other uh, currencies being purchased by with cash. So when more of those happen, when all of a sudden you can purchase Digibyte with cash, it's going to be completely different. So it's just a matter of time because we are early into this space. Um, I've heard I've heard Bitcoin hitting as low as 4,500.
Yeah.
Again, this is not financial advice, so don't take it for that at all. I don't trade. It's just what I've heard. I've also heard that the market has changed from a year ago. And it's changed in a sense of now I don't know basically time will have to play out to be able to test this. um, Crypto prices were really based on profitability of Bitcoin, of Ethereum. Based on the price, it would never go below profitability. Well, now there's other money in the game, there's other people in the game, manipulators, big whales, and they don't give a shit about your profits,
Hmm.
and because they're already in the game. So they are going to drop it below profitability, and it's going to shake a lot of people out. Now, I think that's very good in a sense of when it rebounds again, I just get that much more money. I'm already in it. I have the GPUs. I'm not scrambling for them like people were in December.
Yeah, that's a good point. Like I feel like now that the price. I mean, I don't know. I mean, you probably know this, but I feel like the GPU price is probably way lower than it probably was like months ago.
It is very, very close to MSRP. Um, if you buy when they're on sale, they are below MSRP price. Um, MSRP price. They're below that. If you buy used, used cards are fine. There is a flood of them out there, and most of the cards out there probably um, have been mining for like 6 months, maybe a year, and then people sold them. So uh, it, there's there's probably a good selection of used cards out there.
So what? I meant to ask this earlier. So what would you recommend a newbie mine like starting out like besides Bitcoin, obviously?
Um, I was actually just talking with somebody about this, and I'm gonna dive deeper into it with them. But I've mentioned there are different. You can enter crypto mining in a very expert, very complicated way, um, or you can enter it very noobish, very easy, very user friendly, and that would be you spend about $600 and you get an NVIDIA GPU. And I suggest NVIDIA because they're very basic as far as the setup goes, as far as tweaking them. They're very easy to use with Windows. Um, a lot of miners don't like Windows because of the updates, the restarts. There's things you can't control. So there are other difficult expert level type operating systems you can use to mine. But I suggest Windows to start with because everybody's familiar with it. Um, you buy one GTX 1070 and you download NiceHash and you let it run and you learn and you learn and you keep learning and you keep learning because when you download NiceHash, you're going to see how incredible this is and you're going to want to get into it more. And you're going to want to figure out how can I make more money with just this one card? And that's what started with me is with NiceHash. And it's not mining, you're renting, but you can completely just disregard that aspect and just understand what your computer's doing and just understand blockchain. Um, but $600 will get you a rig that'll make you 80 cents a day right now after paying electricity. If you're paying around 15, 16 cents per kilowatt hour, and that's going to net you, you know, what is it, a 200% return on investment over the next 5 to 10 years. Um, if the equipment lasts as long as the manufacturer says it does in its white paper.
Hmm.
And let's say, I mean, you break even at like 2 years. I mean, here's the thing: you break even in 2 years on one 600. You take $600 in 2 years, you make that money back. In 10 years, you've doubled that money.
Right.
Where else are you able to do that? You can do that in business, and that's actually a pretty damn good return on your investment. Um, but in this industry, it's the low end. In other industries, it's the normal. It's the high end. Um, Jesus, this cat is just extremely obnoxious right now. This so you can this investment opportunity is only going to go up from here as far as how much money you can make. And that, talking 80 cents a day, that's on the very low end. So you scale that and you compound it, you're looking at an excellent investment opportunity. But people want to see proof of concept first. So I can put together a shopping list for people. It's the same components I've been buying for a year and they work excellently. And it's $600, maybe 700. Prices fluctuate,
Right. Right.
depending on a lot of things, but it's if you like computers, if you don't like computers, just look into it because it's passive income and it's fun.
Yeah, and I think that's important for people that that are listening at home, like the advice you're giving, because I feel like a lot of people think it's a lot harder than it actually really is. Like like how you explained it, like it's pretty simple. You just gotta just learn, by doing pretty much.
Right. Yeah, you definitely have to be hands on with this stuff. It's very hard to learn through just you know uh, listening to people or uh, watching YouTube videos. A lot of the stuff that I learned was hands on. I've got two AMD cards. I've got multiple NVIDIA cards because I could not find enough information online that satisfied me with me purchasing a lot of cards. So my first like 6 or 7 video cards that I bought were all different brands, all different models because I was testing. I was like, okay, well, people are saying this about this one and this about this. Well, now they're saying this, and then a new driver came out, so things are changing. And it's like, wait a minute. I want to find a happy medium that doesn't need to be configured all the time. And I landed on the GTX 1070 between power consumption, between uh, its hashing ability between multiple algorithms, um, its user friendliness with Windows, and I would strongly suggest getting into NVIDIA. Now, if you want to make a little bit more money and you feel like messing with config files and BIOS settings for GPUs, then go with an AMD card. If you're a computer whiz, if you're not into computers at all, go with NVIDIA.
Yeah. So, um, I don't know if I mentioned this already. So, where do you think? I don't know if you're like one of those guys that this is not financial advice or anything, but where do you think Bitcoin will go by the end of the year? Do you think we're gonna get all time highs, or do you think that we're gonna maybe hit 15K around that price range?
No, Bitcoin's gonna keep going down. Bitcoin's gonna it's gonna it'll hit 4,500 5 grand, I believe. Um, this may be the bottom too, but we're not going to see all-time highs like we did last year. If you look at 2013 and I believe 2015, 2 years apart, the market spiked and then it bottomed out for the next 2 years. And then all of a sudden, more hype comes around and people start talking about it again, and then it gets hyped up again. It'll keep going up because of the demand, the way it's set up. You know, it's meant to keep rising in value, but it's not gonna just spike up, and it's not gonna be worth a million by 2020 like John McAfee has suggested.
Yeah.
That's ludicrous because there are as when I first got into this space, I was all geeked up about like Bitcoin's taking over the US dollar. You got to take a step back and go, well, not really, not as soon as you think it is, because there are still 7 billion people on this planet, and most of them use cash. So to completely get rid of that and to trust digital currency, it's going to be a there's a huge trust issue with the technology. People talk about trust with third party and banks and stuff. There's a huge trust issue with technology. And there's an example that I've experienced, and it's with hard drives and film. For the longest time, even when hard drives are available, 2008, 2009, 2010, film creators were still using film because they didn't trust the data being lost on a hard drive. That worry's kind of over with SSDs in the picture, with being able to back things up. That's kind of out of the picture now. but there was that huge trust factor. So that's going to happen with Bitcoin. And I don't think it's going to take over the US dollar. I think it's going to find its place.
You don't think so?
No, I don't think it will. I don't think it'll take over the US dollar, because the US dollar, now if it does, it will be when I'm old. I'm 30 right now, so it's going to be in 50, 60 years.
Yeah.
Because there are too many people that still use cash and that won't trust the technology. Now, somebody mentioned it, I forget who said it, but it was a famous person, entrepreneur, somebody in crypto. But they said that Bitcoin will find its place on the internet. Just like you go to a different country and you need that currency to purchase things, you will go on the internet and you will need Bitcoin to purchase things. So it'll have its own place in my eyes.
And actually, I was talking to someone the other day. While I kind of agree with your point about it not replacing the US dollar, I think it's going to be the currency that people will be able to use around the whole world. So you can use Bitcoin wherever, and it's a lot faster with Lightning network that they're implementing,
Right.
where transactions can happen so fast that it's better than using a credit card or something, to purchase stuff.
Right, and I think you're right in that sense too. Is that maybe it won't be like for the online thing. I can see in that sense where you need to take money with you to a different country. You exchange your cash while you're at home for some Bitcoin.
Mm-hmm.
It's on your phone. You take your phone with you. You're in that country. You exchange it for their currency, and it's just a way to move your money from one place to the next. Store of value, which is what people have said. So I think that's definitely an opportunity. Definitely a possibility.
Yeah. I just think that's where we're heading, because I mean it makes a lot of sense, because I mean it's a pain in the neck to have to exchange, like, US dollars to for some whatever currency you're trying to go around around the world.
Right.
Um, and with Bitcoin, I mean almost everybody in other countries know somewhat about Bitcoin. I mean the other ones, I mean, like, Litecoin, Ripple, those other ones. They like, oh, Bitcoin. Oh yeah, I know what crypto is. Like you said earlier, people think, Bitcoin is crypto and that's it. They don't know about these smaller coins.
Yeah, I've mentioned to people, oh, I bought some Bitcoin, and they say, oh, well, which one? Well, no, that's not how this works. It's not how any of it works. First of all, I bought Bitcoin, which is crypto, and there are other crypto. But yeah, it's I enjoy teaching people. I enjoy the conversations I have with naysayers. It is very fun.
And we're so early too. Like that's what people really got to realize. Like we're so early like that. Like there's so many people that don't have crypto, don't know nothing about it, and all of us like technically are experts. I mean, I hate using that word, but like we know a
Right.
lot more than the average Joe knows about it, because we've
Right.
spent, we've been in it for like a year, so we know a whole lot about the game, and we can help these newer people that are just getting in avoid the same mistakes that we did. Because I mean, there's a lot of stuff that I wish I knew now that I didn't know back then.
Right. Yeah, it's definitely you're definitely a large step in front of anybody entering this, just from even just a month of learning this stuff. You're at the early stages, it's like the internet in the 80s. It's we're at the very early stages.
So before we go, like what's you got any social media, anything that you want to plug? For anyone that's probably listening later on or listening right now that maybe want to look for your stuff.
I'll just keep mentioning every podcast. I can make t-shirts with your Bitcoin wallet, or any wallet, I should say, that has if you can get me your QR print, the the box, the QR square, I can print that on a shirt for you, and people can pay you through your shirt. I can put it on stickers, put it on any item you want. But we'll dive into that later on. I'm still working on them. I got to get my shirt back just to make sure that it actually works when it's printed on a t-shirt. I haven't tried it yet, so but that'll be coming.
And what's the site so people can maybe look it up if.
coolcustomprints.cool.
Okay. And yeah, y'all know me. You know, you can follow me on my Twitter at CamPerry21. I think my Facebook's the same thing. Yeah, I'm willing to talk crypto with anybody here. You know, I really can talk anything, but you know, just continue watching. We're gonna get better. We're gonna keep add new topics, maybe add some guests later on. We want to keep it fresh for y'all, so definitely keep tuning in, and hope y'all have a nice day. If y'all going to work, you know, enjoy your day, and we'll talk to y'all later. Peace.
Out. See you.